Okay. Alrighty. Hi, Max. All right. Okay. The chat did not load, but anyway, welcome to Verbling. Hi there. I'm Teacher Oakley. And in today's class, we're basically going to have a discussion while at the same time answering business-related questions, which include vocabulary. So practice our business English and also hopefully learn a little bit of vocabulary along the way. That's the idea. I didn't think the class was going to load. Usually it won't load if there's no chat, but it seems to have worked. Hello, Max. How are you?
Hello. I'm fine. Verbling chat is acting up today, not only in your class.
Oh, thank you for that information. All right, good to know. Yeah, it has a weird little. Do you see this little message that says "No chat loaded" and a black dot?
I see this.
All right, same thing. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, we won't worry about it then. All right. We're gonna talk business. Max, have you ever had a desire? Do you have a desire? Would you like to start your own company someday?
Actually, I had this experience.
Okay.
But
You did.
After I was running this for 2 years, I said I've had enough. Stop. I can't say this. That it's like to live for work, not work to live.
Live for work, not work to live. Yeah, okay, I understand. Yeah. Whew, yeah,
No
I understand
weekends.
what you're saying. Yeah.
No weekends. It's not my way.
Sounds familiar. Okay. So you've tried running a company. Do you mind if I ask what was your business?
It was also related to mobile device repair.
Okay. Repair. All right. Okay. So service. You're providing some kind of service.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. So you have the experience of establishing a business. All right. Well. Okay. What are the advantages of establishing your own business?
Advantages?
Yeah. What are you mentioned? You mentioned the big disadvantage: long hours. All right, when we work extra long days. In English we say long hours. You don't know? No idea. Okay.
Maybe.
Well, you can't think of any advantages. You can make your own hours, but then, as you said, your own hours are every hour you're awake.
Even you stay home, you are thinking. You are still thinking about your business and.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do. I already have. I've done a screen share here. We're gonna look at some of the highlighted vocabulary and just go along and answer the questions. Please, viewers out there in Verbling land, come on and join us. Help out the discussion here. Okay, so what do you need first and foremost to start a business? I should let you read that, but okay. You've done this before. What is it?
What do we need first and foremost? What does it mean foremost? Foremost, it's like
okay.
Second, third, fourth. Okay.
Yeah, okay, all right. This is a common phrase. First and foremost, it is simply a way to stress or highlight first? What do you need first to start a business? First and foremost, it's really foremost simply means before everything else. You can kind of see that it's made up of the word most and before, right? So above all else, before anything else, first of all, what do you need?
Idea. Come up. That's a good idea.
Okay. All right.
Maybe. I'm
An
not
idea.
sure.
All right. Sure. Okay. You need some kind of an idea. Do you really? Do you even need an idea? I know that sounds stupid, but
Yeah, and maybe you have to be motivated to do that. Maybe, I don't know.
oh, absolutely. An idea. All right. So the noun of motivated is, what is the noun?
Motivate?
Not quite.
No.
Motivation.
Motivation.
Motivation. All right.
Oh, sorry. I thought you asked about verb. Sorry.
Oh, I see. No, noun. Okay, you need an idea, you need motivation. I would say you need money.
Yeah, also, of course.
Yeah.
But money. It's not first. I think it's like kind of myth that money is very important for running your business.
Really? Well, why do you say so? Why do you say so?
I don't know.
Okay. Depends on the business. Of course.
Yeah. Of course, depends on the how can I say volume of your
Okay, the size of the business or the volume of business. Right.
size of yeah.
Oh, that's true. It's absolutely true. It also depends if you're doing what kind of business. If you're selling a product or if you're doing retail or wholesale, you have to have an inventory and you have to have somewhere to sell your products from, whether that means building a website or building a building, buying a building, renting a building. It's a lot more expensive. I basically I'm a subcontractor. I'm working for myself right now, but I'm providing a service, so I don't have much overhead. I mean, I have overhead. I have to pay for the internet and the lights and all that, but very low. The startup cost for providing a service is a lot cheaper, I think, basically. Okay, another vocabulary word. What is money called that you use to start a company? What do you call that when you need to get money for a company?
Investition.
Uh,
I don't know.
well,
What?
invest. Are you the people are you trying to say investors?
Yeah, maybe investors.
Okay.
But when it's related to money, how do you name this money in this?
As a noun,
Yeah.
investment.
Okay, investment.
Okay, that may be. You may raise your money through through investors, but anyway, generally the money. Talking about money in business in English, we generally call it capital. Yeah.
Yeah, the same in Russian.
Oh, really? Really?
A bit different pronunciation. Capital.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Capital. All right. First syllable stress in English. Really? I did not know that. That's actually interesting. Okay. Moving on. What is a startup company?
Startup. I don't know what is it. Startup. It's like startup, small company.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh, I very often hear this,
Uh-huh.
like phrase startup, a startup,
Uh-huh.
but
Uh,
never
right.
think about it. What does it mean?
Right. I think this, I could be mistaken, but I think this phrase or this terminology first came into being in the 90s, to talk about, there were many, 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 they were called dot com companies. Have you ever heard that expression before?
I've heard about some kind of crisis.com.
Yeah, you heard about, yeah,
Yeah, I've heard.
yeah, .com. I not only heard about it, I lived it. I lost some,
Okay.
I lost some money in that little bunch of fun. Yeah, you're absolutely right. .com in the 90s, that's true. There are lots of new companies. A startup company is basically, just means a brand new company. At first, we only use this for tech companies, but I think now, basically, it's just widespread and used for any company. Um, have you ever
Silicon,
heard?
Silicon, Silicon Valley.
Wait a minute.
Uh, how how do you pronounce this? Silicon,
Silicon
Silicon. Okay,
for,
Valley.
for syllable stress. Silicon Valley.
Yeah, a
Val.
lot of startups stay there, I think.
Right. Absolutely. And have you ever, speaking of startup companies, basically startup companies, all right, these kinds of companies generally are interested in investment. There you go, starting a business. Um, have you ever heard of, actually, I would like to find out more about this. I wish we had some other people. Oh, we do. Ken. Hi, Ken. Hi, Ken. How are you?
Kickstart. It's
Ah,
some kind of site, website, when you can product show your product and try to get some kind of investment from
uh-huh,
other people, and they automatically started to be your client, some kind of,
uh-huh.
yeah.
Absolutely. Right. Okay, so you're talking about crowdfunding. I find this very interesting. I really want to take my idiotic ideas and have people give me money. Hi, Ken. How are you?
Yes, hello, how are you?
I'm good. Ken, we're doing some business talk, looking at some vocabulary and a little discussion.
Mm-hmm.
We're just mentioning crowdfunding.
Okay.
Okay, you know what that is? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I want to do. I want to go to Kickstart and start crowdfunding for wasabi ice cream. But does it already?
Uh, kind of, you need to change the flavor, I suppose.
I need to change the flavor. No way. That's the whole idea. All right. Here's my. See, I'm gonna have. I'm gonna launch an ice cream company. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna get a crowdfunding
Yes.
on Kickstart. I'm gonna have wasabi ice cream in Japan. I'll have kimchi ice cream
Mm-hmm.
in in South Korea. Of course, America will have bacon ice
Hamburger.
cream,
Okay.
hamburger ice cream, cheeseburger. Better yet,
Yeah.
that's a better idea. Thank you. All right, fine. You're entitled to 10% of the profits on that one. Very good. Cheeseburger ice cream. Max, what would be appropriate for Russia? What sort of ice cream should we make?
I
Borscht
think
ice
we,
cream?
yeah, borscht.
Borscht ice cream. Excellent.
Why? Why do you
I love
know
it.
this, borscht?
Why do I know that? In my
Oh,
former
sorry, I
life.
forget.
That's right.
You was you used chef.
I used to be a chef in my former life. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I've actually made borscht before. Okay. Ken, continue. I'm going to put my screen share up again. Ken, how do you respond to phone calls aiming at launching a company? What if somebody called you
Mm-hmm.
and said they wanted to launch a company? I suppose they're looking for an investor.
Mm-hmm.
How do you deal with such a thing? Have you ever been asked to invest in a company?
Kind of, yeah. No. Invested, not yet. No invested company. I got the call to recommend to invest something.
Ah, okay. All right. Well, good enough.
Mm-hmm.
What did you how did you handle this phone call? So somebody was recommending that you invest in some
Mm-hmm.
what, stock or bond or project
Order
or
something from,
company?
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And how did you respond?
Usually I'm busy. Sorry. I'm not interested in that.
Okay. So someone called to solicit investment. All right.
How
Hmm.
I can say in a proper way? Sorry, it's not a phone call. It's not a phone talk. It's not a
Sorry?
phone.
I'm
Yeah,
not
it's like
sure what you're saying.
it, it's not a phone call. Phone talk. I mean, we have to talk
Oh,
face to
I get
face,
it.
not by phone.
Okay, very good. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. Well, there you go. I don't. Basically, what you just said, this is not a phone talk. This is not a talk I want to have on the phone. Maybe. This is not a talk I would like to have on the phone. If you'd like to meet face to face,
Okay.
maybe we can talk. Uh, yeah. Okay. So obviously, when I'm sure you know this, but Ken, when you launch a company, that means, of course, Ken,
Sorry.
uh,
What is the question?
what does it mean to launch a
Oh,
company?
to start a company, to establish a company.
Very good. What else can you
It's
launch? Yeah.
the
Uh,
racket, a racket, or I don't, the same verb or not? I,
Launching a rocket.
rocket, yeah,
Rocket?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You said launching the rocket.
Well,
Space rocket.
space rocket, or yeah, okay, yeah, you can launch a rocket.
But it's not a company anyway.
Right, sure. You can launch a company, you can launch a rocket. That's very physical, of course. Launch a company is much more abstract. You can also launch a
Yeah.
campaign,
Campaign.
launch a marketing campaign or an advertising campaign. It's also very common. Um,
Launching crowdfunding can make sense.
Co campaign.
yeah,
Okay.
How is
crowdfunding.
Crowdfunding. Okay.
Uh-huh. What's that?
yeah,
Uh,
right, this campaign. What
campaign.
difference between a company? Okay.
Campaign. A campaign, all right, is it? It's often used in business, most common use, but it's also used in warfare. Okay, a war campaign. All right, an organized, dedicated plan is a campaign. It's also used for politics, a political campaign. Uh, Whoops, I'm misspelling in this next one. Yeah, well, you know all about this one. Max, if you ran your own business, would you be prepared to do tasks that you dislike? That's
Yeah, you have to be prepared.
yeah, stupid question. There is no possible way to say no. If the answer is no, then you should not run your own business. Pretty simple. Okay, you run a business. Just because I just thought of it, an expression. What do you think this means? Run it into the ground. What do you think this idiom means, Max?
I think I've heard this before. It's like to start from the end, from the.
Mm.
It's like go back to one square. No,
Go back to square one.
to square
Okay.
one.
Could be, Ken, do you have any idea? Well, kind of, but not exactly. Ken, do you have any idea?
Run it into the ground. Start from the scratch.
No.
No.
And when you say that, start from scratch. No, you don't need the.
Uh-huh. Start from scratch.
That's it. No. If you run a business, okay. So if you run the business into the ground, it means that you basically put yourself out of business. You do a bad job of management. You make poor decisions.
Uh-huh.
And because of your management, you run a business, that means you're the operator. You're the one in charge. So if you run it into the ground, that's not good. So he ran his business into the ground. That's very bad. Not a good thing. Kind of different expression or idiom. Also with running in the ground, but totally different idea. Hit the ground running. Any idea what that means? Ken? Hit the ground running? Familiar
Maybe
with that?
the kind of mismanagement. It's not good.
No.
No.
Run it into the ground. No.
Okay. Wow.
Okay. Run it into the ground, very negative. Hit the ground running is generally very positive. It means that you launch a company or you start your business and you start very, very quickly. You don't start tentatively. You don't start slowly, but you don't try to open slowly. Do you know? Speaking of opening and starting a company, do you guys know what a soft opening is? You know what that means?
Maybe before the start, the company or person prepares a lot about that, getting a lot of crowdfunding or something like that.
Well, okay. A soft opening is when you open a business, whatever business, a retail shop or a restaurant or an online website, retail, whatever it is. A soft opening is you open, but you don't advertise at all. So nobody really knows you're open. So in other words, basically, so you can practice your systems. So you're going to have very few customers. So you can train your personnel or your staff, get everybody kind of used to how to do it. Max?
It's like dry run, no?
Very similar, very similar. Yeah, okay. A dry run is like a practice run. Sure. Let's do a dry run. Okay. Like practice. It's very similar. Dry run is very specific, like one time. Let's try it. For example, a restaurant, a soft opening, you're open, but you never advertise. You just one day the lights are on and you'll let people come in. A dry run would be something like, well, let's try it out. Let's do a dry run. We'll invite 20 people in for a dinner and just see how it goes. So an individual kind of test run, dry run, test run. We'll invite them as a way of advertising. We won't charge them, something like that. That would be a dry run. And of course, as opposed to as opposed to a soft opening, there's a grand opening. This is, I should do this properly, really. You never see grand opening with small letters. Grand opening. All right, a lot of advertising, a huge amount of advertising, like a party, ribbon cutting, a ceremony, and all that kind of fun stuff. Totally the opposite of a soft opening. Which do you think is better? Ken, what do you think is better, a soft opening or a grand opening?
It's up to the business or business style or what you need or needs of customer. And here, pachinko parlor often grand opening again and again, even though it had already been opened. Yeah, they show the poster or an advert saying grand opening and to attract customers. Probably in the grand opening day, maybe the rate of the kind of that gamble can be higher. So because maybe people go to the pachinko parlor.
Yeah. There's a store. It's in electronics. It sells electronics, televisions and audio equipment and stuff like that in New York City, and it has been in a going out of business sale, last chance. When I was in university in 1980, they were going out of business, and they're still going out of business.
Yes.
It's very funny.
The same trick in Russia, very often.
Really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it seems stupid for me, but
it's very funny. I mean, they really push it. 50% off. Everything must go. That's their line. We must
lots
get
of
rid of
people
everything. Yeah.
buy into it.
Well, obviously it works because 35 years later, they're still going out of business. So clearly, it works. Okay. Anyway, all right. Let's move on. All right. All right. Running a firm definitely takes risks. Max, are you a risk taker, or would you prefer not to?
I think I'm not a risk taker. In Russia, we have some kind of phrase: "Who doesn't take risk, takes risk, doesn't drink champagne."
Okay, so is it like this? He who doesn't take risks doesn't drink champagne? Something like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, could be. Okay. Moving on. Zip through these. Ken, would you rather head or work in a team? Would you rather head a team or work in a team?
I rather work alone, not head and not a team.
Okay. All right. Why is that?
Maybe because of my character, personality, or social skill or something. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, kind of being head is not so easy. At the same time, teamwork is sometimes difficult. But yeah, so I would rather work alone. Yeah.
Okay.
I also, as a lone wolf.
A lone wolf. Okay. All right. Let's talk about Ken. I never asked you the whole point. Um, uh, Ken, have you ever thought about starting
Mhm.
your own business, or have you ever started your own business?
No, actually, but I uh, attended the class about business plan, and I have to work with German graduate students in that class. So
Uh-huh.
kind of it's hard because they have already prepared a plan in German, but all of a sudden their professor said we don't we don't use that plan. We cannot use the plan. So we quickly I show the idea. I made we made out a plan for the presentation. Maybe 1 or 2 days only. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. All right. Y-
Anyways. Hmm.
Um, if you had your own company, what would you call it?
I don't even think about it, and but
Oakley
I,
Inc.
it's
With,
up to the what field I open
yeah,
in
sure.
the business.
I'd
Mm.
be happy to hear any suggestions for my ice cream business you guys
Mhm.
have.
Actually, I've recently received email. It was Oakley glasses.
Sure, of course.
I, yeah. And I immediately thought about you.
Yeah, you don't know about my sideline, my other job? Yeah,
Yeah.
hardly. Um, yeah, I wish that was my other job. Yeah, of course. Oakley sports equipment, sunglasses. Sure. Max, can you do me a favor and read this quote by the great and all-powerful Wayne
Skate,
Gretzky? Yeah.
skate to where the puck is going to be, not where it has been.
Okay. Do you know who Wayne Gretzky is?
No.
No way. You do not. Ken,
Yeah, I don't.
do you know who Wayne Gretzky is?
Yes, he appeared Wentworth, right? The
Sorry,
hockey
again?
Maybe,
player. Hockey
Mark?
player.
Yes, indeed he
Yes,
is.
yes. I remember.
Uh, I think he's the all-time high scorer ever in at least American hockey. I believe that's correct. Yeah. Anyway, what does this have to do with building a business, if anything? Max, what do you think this means?
sorry.
What do you think this means if we think about building a business? What is he trying to say? Skate to where the puck is going to be, not where it has been. Uh, hello? Okay. Don't know what happened. All right. Ken,
Hmm.
you can try it. How could you interpret this quote in thinking about business?
Skate where it to going to be, not where it has been. Eh, maybe follow the trend, follow the customer needs or something like that,
Well,
or different. Maybe you need uh, you need invent customer needs.
okay. Well, yeah. Now I think you're onto something.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. Okay. So instead of following the trend, I think the trend is where the puck was.
Okay.
Where it's going to be is okay where the new need is. So what
Mhm.
you're saying, you're right. So anticipating customer needs. All right.
Hmm.
Very
Maybe
good.
nobody want the kind of second iPhone or something like that. But Apple created new trend of the computer. Maybe such kind of thing.
Yeah, for example. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
I'm here, sorry.
What's that? You're here? Okay.
I'm here, sorry.
Okay. All right. Glad to hear you're okay. Okay. Uh, okay. Let's uh, let's see if we can. Well, let's try some of these questions. All right. If you needed to, Max, if you needed to increase output, well, first of all, what does that mean? Increase output in regards to business.
Maybe you earn much more money? I don't know.
Well, hopefully, if you increase output, that would result in more money, but basically, it doesn't directly mean money. Um, to increase output is to basically, it's like saying increase production.
Okay.
Okay, output, production. All right. So how do you do that? There's some
I
way.
think it depends on what kind of production.
Absolutely.
Maybe you have to hire more people to product your production. Maybe
Okay.
you have to use new technology, some kind of
Ah. Okay.
robots
Right.
or
Yeah.
so on.
Okay. Do you know what that's?
Uh,
You know what
get
that's
rid of
called?
people.
You know what that's called in business lingo?
No, I don't know.
Do you, Ken? Do you know what that's called? Robots and
What
machine
what is a robot?
robots. Well, not really robots, but excuse me, like factory when a factory has all machine controlled.
A robot.
Automate.
Mm.
Okay, there you go. Uh,
Automation.
that's it.
Yeah.
Automation. Automate your production. Sure, absolutely. Okay. Not only hire new labor, possibly another possible
Can,
option would be to train or retrain uh,
yeah.
labor, existing labor. Definitely new technology is a huge one. Absolutely. Can you think of any
I've
others,
been
Ken? Okay, go ahead, Max. Sorry.
sorry me. I've been meaning to say educate your people. Okay.
Educate your people. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Usually when we're talking business, we don't say educate. We say train. It's the same thing. It's the same meaning. It's not really. It's just normally we say train in relation to people and staff and such. Ken, do you have got any other brilliant ideas? Another way that it's possible to increase output or production?
Okay. Production means output means productivity.
Yeah, that's right. Very good. So if you're actually making widgets, you're making a product, you need to make more of the
Okay.
product. But if you're doing a service of some sort, um, then it just means get more done for less hours. It can be used for either, actually.
Mm. Maybe sometimes some company sells very limited items. They don't produce not a, a lot different models. You know,
Uh-huh.
that's uh, that's a one technique. Big Apple succeeded by that. In the past, when the Steve Jobs returned to the Apple, he
Uh-huh.
cut a lot of items which Apple were producing. He just produced
Okay.
some specific item only.
How could we say that?
Maybe clean up the unnecessary items.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm trying to think of how to say it in like official business talk. Trim product lines. How about that?
Yeah, that sounds
That sounds
very
good.
business-like.
Very good. I'm trying to give you guys suggestions like phrases and words that you would use in like a business email or something like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I can understand that. Actually, that does make a lot of sense. Then you can dedicate more effort to one product as opposed to 6 products and 4 of them aren't selling well, or 5 of them. I get that. All right. Let's try this one. What factors would you consider in order to expand sales? Okay. What factors? What do you need to think about if your goal is to expand sales? Ken, I'll let you go first on this one.
Yeah, one thing maybe, the create customer needs, not waiting for the customer's trend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll buy that.
For example, so for Sony, before the Sony invent Walkman, there's no need for Walkman. Music walking down the street or something with earphones, but they created it.
Very good. A good example. Excellent example. Who created the need for a tie? That's what I'd like to know.
Wow.
I'd like to strangle that guy. All right. Actually, there's many things involved in the beauty products and what do you call that area of business? Beauty products, makeup,
Cosmetic field?
Cosmetic field? Is that? That sounds like something that should be in outer space. Look out! Look out! Turn the rocket! There's a cosmetic field. Okay. Yeah, anyway, all right, there's dozens of examples in cosmetics of things that people don't really don't need or even didn't exist, but now people think they do need. Good point. Max, can you think of one? What's something that you could do or something you need to consider if you want to expand sales? Hello, Max? Are you there? I keep stupidly looking in the chat box to see if he's left a message, but no, there is no chat box. Silly me. Okay. Anyway, yeah. All right. That's a good one. Obviously, an obvious answer would be marketing and advertising. Your marketing program. I can't believe I never, in my business experience, not that it's all that vast, but I could never understand, or so many businesses just never really consider their advertising. Somebody approaches them and says, do you want to do an advertisement on the radio? Oh, okay. Do you want to put an advertisement in our magazine? Oh, okay. And that's it. They don't actually think about it at all.
Right.
It's amazing. But they don't actually really consider who's who's reading the magazine, So, what they're not considering. Do you know what that's called, Ken? The who are the people?
Market and demographic.
Demographics. Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing to me. People don't understand who's buying their product. Yeah.
Kind of, talking about TV advertisements and for a long time, the advert company checked the viewers rate on not on recording, just live broadcasting only. So it doesn't make sense nowadays because people recorded TV or and after that they watch that, and sometimes they skip the commercial. You know.
Oh, right, right.
So it's very kind of live broadcasting criteria. It's not uh, doesn't reflect the actual viewers rate, how many viewers watching the show or something like that. It's very difficult nowadays for TV market, TV commercial field. Hmm. Hello?
Hello, hello. I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry. I, oops, I wrong click. Yeah, I'm here. No, I was sitting here agreeing with you and talking to you, but you couldn't hear me. Sorry. No, yeah, I think that's very true. How do they figure that out? I don't even know.
Ah, in
How do they
Japanese
do
case,
ratings? Yeah.
I mean, same as American company. I forgot the name of the company. They are checking a viewer's rate. Maybe the very little amount of people, only 500 or something like that. And they saw statistically it's correct. So they put a checker on the TV for the live broadcasting, live only.
Okay.
And but they now maybe this year or last year they started to check the recorded, uh, you know, uh,
Uh,
the, the, uh, hmm? Playing recorded shows rate too. Nielsen, yes, Nielsen. Yes.
okay, they have the same. All right, I just remembered that. Nielsen rating, that's right. Are
Mhm.
you a Nielsen family? I remember that. They
Mhm.
put some kind of device on,
Right.
attach it to your television. Right. Now
Mhm.
I forgot. I just remembered that. Right. Okay. Um, Max, are you there?
Are you here?
Are you here?
Sorry,
I
guys.
I am
I
there.
told sometimes
I am
step
here,
away.
and I am there. Step away from the swing set. Okay. Uh, maximize productivity. Ah, well, that's basically the same question we just looked at. Um, hey, Max, here's a question. How many hours a day would you be willing to work in order to maximize your income? Oh my gosh. It sounds exactly like the kind of question, uh, sounds exactly like what you would hear if someone was trying to get you to do network marketing. Sounds like
I don't know. It depends.
it depends.
How many
Depends
hours
on
a
what?
day would it be? Of
Uh,
volume incomes.
okay, how much and how many is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. This question sounds exactly like a pitch. Do you know what a pitch is?
Sales pitch.
That's it, a sales speech. This sounds exactly like a pitch for network marketing, actually. Uh, you know what network marketing is? Ken, have you ever
Yeah,
experienced that?
that's why I diffuse a kind of sales pitch telephone call.
Yeah, okay. All right. Uh, Max, do you have network marketers in Russia?
Yeah, we have, but I've never. I don't have any experience with that.
It's very popular here in the Philippines, and it's also very popular in the United States. Basically,
I think
they're sketchy, you know. Yeah, go ahead, Max. Sorry.
In Russia, it's all related to cosmetics. I think it's more
Uh-huh.
popular.
Okay. Yeah. Of course, you've got Avon and I don't know. I don't know the companies, but yeah, I know what you're
Yeah.
saying. Right. The pink one, whoever it is. Right. Exactly. That is network marketing. That's exactly correct. Um, they have all kind. There's lots of different ones in the U.S. But have Max? Have you ever you've never known anybody who did this? You never had any experience?
Actually, yeah, I have one girl, uh, and she actually earn a lot of money.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
It's
but I think,
possible.
yeah, I think she's first who start to do that in our city, in my city.
Oh,
Ye-
well, there you go. Well, that's it. Exactly. The problem with network marketing is it's kind of a pyramid scheme. So you need to get in on the ground floor, as we say. Is ground floor one word? I think it is. Okay. Whoops. Not get I-9. Get in on the ground floor. That's right. In order, if you want to make money, because you have to be at the bottom or the top, actually, of the pyramid. That's the problem. Yeah. Most people they go to a meeting and they buy 40, 50, $150 worth of products, which they're supposed to sell, and then that's it. You know, maybe they sell $50 worth and they end up keeping $100 worth, and that's it. They're done. Okay. Question. Ken, which is better? Maximizing revenues or income?
But what is the difference between revenues and income?
Ah, very good question. Max, do you know?
No, I don't know.
Okay. Your income, of course, I'm sure you know that much. That's your money you get to actually bring home with you. Basically, that's what you get to. Revenues, the income is the money you actually get to keep. The revenues are just money coming in.
From the stock or investing or something.
From anything. It could be from a business.
Yeah.
A revenue stream just means, okay, well, there's a very common
Yeah.
revenue stream. There's a very common co-location. Means basically one source of income. Okay, so is that right? Revenue? Yeah, I spelled that right. Yeah. So another way we talk about this, we talk about, for example, revenues. We talk about them as gross or net. What's the difference? Whoops. The difference is that for some reason I can't type today. That's one difference. Okay, gross or net? What does that mean? Max, do you know?
And again, no.
No. Ken, do you know?
Net is a wave or something. The gross is a gross rate or something.
Could be. Well, those are just co-locations. Yeah, it could be. Right, or your gross revenues or your net revenues. Okay, all right. Actually, these terms are used for a lot of different things in business. Gross domestic products, for example. Okay. Your gross revenue is all the money you make. All the money, gross revenues for my entire business, all the money that comes to me. My net revenue is the money that comes to me minus the money I have to pay. All right, for whatever my overhead is. Your overhead, of course.
Kind of rate.
What's that?
Rate. You know, if the payment overwhelmed overhead income, that means your balance is turned to be red.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. In the red.
In the red, yes.
Yeah, you need to say in the red, or what's the opposite? It's not
In the black.
in the black. Very good. This is actually normally any idiom in English that talks about black is usually bad. It was a black day, meaning it was a really bad day. But in this case, when it comes to money, in the black is good. That means that you actually have a net revenue, you actually have a net income, you have profit. So, net profit. Exactly. Oh, here it is. Didn't even know that this was down here. Income refers to net profit, what remains after expenses and taxes are subtracted from revenue. There it is. Exactly. So if you boost your profit, which increases? Pop quiz. Max, if you boost your profit, which increases? Revenues or income?
Both.
Maybe, but maybe not. Possibly no. It is possible to boost your revenue, but also boost your expenses. Okay. So if I hire 100 people, my expenses go up, and then I sell 50% more product, I'll have more money coming in, but I'll have more money coming out. So that will not actually, that would end up, I would end up in the red. So it will not boost my profit. In fact, I will take a net loss. Well, there's another collocation for you. A net loss, meaning after expenses, you got nothing. You have negative money. Okay, so if you boost your profit, which increases, it can only be income, for sure. Maybe revenues, maybe not. Okay. Ken, in order to maximize profitability or profit, what activities would you invest your money in? What are your investment secrets in the last minute and a half of class? Tell us all your secrets.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think recently the French economist Piketty's a boom, maybe all over the world, or in his theory, and how can I say, a person who can get a good revenue, always develops more than a person who rely on only their income. That's how our world around. He collected data, a lot of data from a lot of different countries. And maybe for these 20 or 30, 100 years, during so in the past 300 years or something like that.
All
that kind of thing, many economists was saying so, but nobody showed the data about that. So that's why he's now he causing a boom of the economic world. So sounds like if I can get a good revenue, it's better than just rely on income. But I don't know how. That's a problem.
Yeah, that is the problem. Okay. Well, we're out of time, so happy revenue streams to both of you. I will be right back in just a minute. Maybe I'll see you later. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you very much.